another aspect of compulsion is the changes that are made in the brain because of the use of the drug actually hijack survival mechanisms. And when that occurs, the person's thinking is distorted. So they believe that in order to survive, they need this drug. And they believe that very sincerely. And they believe that if they don't get the drug, something very bad will happen, up to and including, I'll die. If I don't get this, I'll die.
I can tell you that the drug that I've had the most experience with is alcohol. And you wouldn't think that that's such a powerful drug from an addiction standpoint, but it is. And we can reach a state with most drugs that it's difficult to stop because the body becomes adjusted to having a significant positive change temporarily from that drug. And when we take it away, the brain says, I've got to have that drug or I'm going to die. And alcohol can reach that level, heroin can reach that level, and certainly methamphetamine.
I never thought like I'm going to die, but I thought, I need to get some shit. I'm going to get some shit, and no matter what it takes. You know, what's my neighbor got sitting out in his yard? And stuff like that, you know, I'm so not that guy. And I didn't know I wasn't that guy until I got off meth. I thought that was who I was. I thought I was destined and born to be a piece of shit. And I did whatever it took to get it, you know?
Along with compulsion, there's this business of loss of control. And one of the important things, I think, to keep in mind is that almost every drug addict and alcoholic knows at some level that they're in trouble and that trouble is caused by their use of drugs and or alcohol. And so the very first thing a human being will do is to try to control the problem. I can fix this myself.
You could show all the pictures of the girls with their teeth rotted out and they don't have to worry about lipstick anymore and all that. And people look at it like, well, that's not me. Yeah, that's not me. I have control. I had control the whole 18 years I was doing meth. I thought. You always, that shit is so powerful, you think you're in control. And, you know, that was my problem. You know, like I said, after being in prison and being in jail and losing my kids and losing my stuff, I always thought I was in control. This is just what I had to sacrifice to do dope, and you know, this is kind of the way I planned it. I planned on selling everything that was worth the value to me. But now I have an ounce, and I could make my money back, and I could get back on my feet, and it
just never happened.
Doesn't happen. It might happen for a week, you know, it might happen the first go round, and it might happen for a year. You know, you might stay on top for a year, but it's in control. The dope is the boss. And that's what I had to figure out. And no matter how strong and how tough and how powerful I thought I was and how much willpower I thought I had, there's no control in it.
You know, in a sense, we've grown up learning to worship willpower. And you know, we've almost deified willpower in our culture. And the drug addict, alcoholic, knows that as well and comes from that sort of mindset. So I'm going to fix this. I'm going to control this. So then there's all the bargaining that goes on. I'll only drink beer or wine. I won't drink hard liquor. Or I won't drink until after 5, but then it's 5 o'clock somewhere in the world, and you know, so all bets are off. But the same thing is true with drugs like cocaine and methamphetamine. People start to bargain. I'll use less. I won't use this at all, but I'll use that. I'll smoke pot and maybe I'll drink a little, but I won't take any cocaine. Or if I'm smoking or shooting a drug, well, I'll only snort it. I won't smoke it or shoot it.
And that's how it starts. I'll only do it on weekends. I'll only get high on weekends. But see, the weekend that starts Friday, you get high on Friday and you're up until like at least Saturday afternoon when you finally pass out. You gotta get all liquored up to pass out. You wake up like 5 hours later, you're wired again, you smoke a bowl and you're off till Sunday. And then I can't possibly go to work on Monday. I haven't slept. And so I gotta smoke some more dope. I gotta get high on Monday morning to go to freaking work. And then it's Thursday. You still haven't slept yet. And again, it's Thursday.
I still thought, okay, I can just do it on the weekends, or I can just do one line in the morning, and I tried it all, I'll just smoke it, I'll just snort it, I'll just do it on the weekends, I'll just do it during the week so I can get to work. That's what it turned out to be. I'm just going to do it during the week so I can get to work, but that never works.
Finally, there's continued use despite all adverse consequence, and we see that again and again, where, especially, say, with the methamphetamine pilot project, that women who are either in danger of losing their children or who have lost their children but have an opportunity to get them back, that they make this sincere attempt to get their children back or to keep their children, but in the end it's not enough. It's not enough of a motivation. And logically you think, well, what could be a greater motivator? But this notion of continued use despite all adverse consequences, where people can be sick at heart, sick in their body, certainly their mental processes can be incredibly distorted, and yet they continue to use time after time.
I've been to prison twice for meth. I've spent a couple years in jail over meth, just in the county jail. And every time, after prison, after 2 years, straight years, a straight year in the county jail, LA County Jail, and then another straight year in the LA County Jail, I never had a problem in my eyes. My problem was the law.
The ability to stop, to control oneself, that's gone.
I did not realize I had a problem until, I always thought I could control it. I always did. Until around the end of 2004, when there were people, coming in and out of the house. I had my 3 small children there, partying all night, Kids would be in their room watching a movie or in bed sleeping. There was one time that we found a needle in a Coke can in my kids' toys, because you're so far gone when you're using and loaded that I didn't realize there were people in my children's room using. That's how bad it was. And I was at home with them, That's just one of the examples of how far gone you can get.
I see good people become criminals. I see good people lose custody of their children. Good parents lose custody of their children. I see families fall apart. I see people that have careers lose them. I see a loss of life.
They've lost their house, they've lost their car, they've lost their relationship, and in many cases they've lost their children. And you would think that if you were threatened with losing your children or using a drug to which you were addicted, you'd think you'd choose to take your children and let the drug alone. Doesn't happen. It's just so overpowering that it's incredible.